that, or they did think about this, these, I forget the thing about gays that they did in France, and then they moved it to America, and they changed the plot line and stuff, and they make a Hollywood movie. So people who are trying to scriptwrite do this all the time. Anyway, the problem is that these are holy books for us, and so we don't think it happens in holy books. We only think it happens in unholy books. Revelation is certainly greatly indebted, if you want to put it more politely, to Daniel, Enoch, and 4 Ezra. And whether it's totally dependent or there's legitimate inspiration there, it's only you can decide it. Okay, let's look at Isaiah at the beginning. I told you how it was put together. Now let's look at the general outline of it so you can see. Actually, the first 35 chapters are quite boring in a way. They parallel Amos and the other because they're written from the same period, I think, and just get more extensive condemnations of these neighboring people and Judah and so on before they get on to condemning Israel. But one of the other signs that Isaiah is the beginning is different from the second part is that in the first part, Israel and Judah are really different. They are two different areas. In the second part, there is no Israel and Judah as different. So when he uses Israel or Judah, it's all one. And same for Ezekiel. Ezekiel is someone that it really is written later than Isaiah at the beginning here. And he's aware that there is no Israel, and his prophecies only have to do with Judah. But look at here, for instance, I'll just give you some of the headings because I have them here, and I'll go back and pick out something. Chapter 1, I have a heading, line 4, punishment of Judah. I'm going to skip, I'll come back. 3, about Jerusalem. Here's a messianic passage we'll come to in 4 about the branch of Yahweh, which has been taken as a messianic passage. This Semach David and Jeremiah, the branch. But 4:2 forgets the fact that they're talking about a return to Zion again. So it's a Zionistic branch if it's a branch. Then suddenly chapter 6, we're in around 740 BC, and it's King Uzziah, who's a northern king. And then chapter 7 is Ahaz, so getting some historical material slipped in here, and he's a northern king. And then, again, we see House of David referred to in line 13 of chapter 7. So, again, we know that they were interested in the House of David. That was the southern house, the house of the southern kings. Let's see if we can, then in the midst of all these things, we get things from the Hallelujah Chorus, like 9:5. For there is a child born to us, a son, and he will be mighty counselor. I can hear the words. Wonderful Counselor, the mighty God, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. All that is from here, and it's all related to much later time. But I don't think in the context you'll see that that's the meaning of it. In any event, these things are occult, and a lot of this is in the scrolls too. For instance, chapter 10. Assyria, woe to Assyria, the rod of my anger. 10 is a passage that's subjected to exposition in the Dead Sea Scrolls, called the Isaiah. And it leads into 11, another messianic passage, a shoot springs from Jesse, a sin from his roots. And so that's very big in the Dead Sea Scrolls and very big in early Christianity. So there's a lot of messianism here, the root of Jesse, line 10 of chapter 11. All this is in the Dead Sea Scrolls, by the way. In any case, having given that introductory passage, it changes gears, chapter 13, against Babylon. Chapter 15, Assyria, Philistines. 14 is that. Syria, 15, Moab. against Moab. So again, much more extensive prophecies against the surrounding nations after that beginning. 18, Cush, Ethiopia. 19 against Egypt. 21, Babylon again. Let's see what else we've got here. 23, Phoenicia, Lebanon, Tyre and Sidon. So this is a huge, huge work for someone to compose this. 28, against Ephraim, Samaria, you see. Ephraim and Samaria are identifiable. You already know that that's the case. So it just shows the authenticity of the, we know now what to look for authentic signs. There's an authentic sign. By the way, if you're interested in the present period, line 29, whoa, Ariel. That's the name of the prime minister in Israel today, but the point is that there's an actual settlement in Samaria now. One of the things that the America, the UN wants to uproot, that's called Ariel, you know, from these kind of references. One of the so-called settlements. 30 against Egypt again, 31 against Egypt, 34 against Edom, and that's it. Then we get to the break. So there's a lot of condemnation that's spread around. I mean, he's just going after everybody in these first 35 chapters. And that's the early stuff. Now, there may be, let's look back, see what we can, if you find some stuff you want to call attention to, I'm going to go through this, see if there's anything that, you know, we need to, and you can read this as well as I can. Chapter 1, listen, heavens, earth, Yahweh is speaking. I reared sons, but they rebelled against me. And more again, Israel understands nothing. My people know nothing. Again, father chastising his son. Again, someone who takes this outside for others to look at and say, oh, you see, the God of the Hebrews doesn't like his own people. They have abandoned the Lord, line 4. Despise the Holy One of Israel. So the prophets are all for Yahweh. Line 7, your land is desolate. If you see something else you want me to stop me, you can't read the whole thing. Strangers lay waste before your eyes like after the fall of Sodom. So they know the stories of Sodom and Gomorrah. Only a few survivors, line 9, like Sodom, like Gomorrah. Comparing the situation to that time.